Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Late Show with Gray. How's everybody doing this evening? Truly appreciate you folks being there. So let's jump into chat and say hello to some of you folks that have been hanging out, chatting it up already. I was surprised to come and sit down and see so many people in chat already. That's pretty awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Truly appreciate that. So Cindy Rice says she won't be able to be here, but she will catch the replay. Well, thank you, Sydney. Ethel is in the house, South Florida DCL. Barbara, JT, Prepper Cowboy, Little Miss Prepper. Scroll on down. Joni Friels, good to see you as well. Steve Spillman. Who else do we got in here this fine late evening? Chris Marie. Yarn Prepper's in the house. Good to see you, Yarn. Did I get you, Chris? I think I got Chris Marie. Let me see here. And sometimes it's hard to kind of see what I'm doing and what I'm not doing because you guys are chatting it up. But it's great to see that you folks are in here, so I don't mind at all. Vision Preparedness, good evening. Mama Bear J15. Stewart's Prepping. Yeah, I got Mama. Try not to repeat myself, you know what I mean? Monty is in the house. Good to see you, Monty. How's Texas doing out there? There's a lot of interesting news coming out of Texas. I'm enjoying it, to say the least. I'm a survivor. Good to see you as well. KB. You see, we got Barbara, GT, Smell, Ethel. I'm trying to scroll down as fast as I can. What's up, Milo? Good to see you as well. Everybody checking out in this evening. Angela, good to see you. All right, Kathy M. Good evening. Snake Bite's in the house. What's up, Snake Bite? Man, I still appreciate that gift, man. You know, I'm just a sucker for silver, brother. I'm a sucker for silver. What's up, Mitten? Good to see you as well. Oh, boy. Little Lone Prepper. Let me see. Make sure I should start wearing glasses, right? Screen's big enough for me to see, right? What's up, Karen Murphy? Good to see you as well. Carol Dodson. Dale, good to see you. So many awesome people in this chat this evening. Let me see here. I'm trying not to miss anybody, and I really hope I don't. Colleen, Rich, if I ever do miss you, I do apologize. Just type all caps, say, hey, Gray, you missed me, and I'll catch it. What's up, Harvey Black? Dobby? Let me see. That's Barbara, Karen Stewart. Just trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody, folks, and then we'll get started. Q, USMC, Lori D, Kim Hall, The Survival Buzz, Flyover State, Pony Girl, Nature Girl, Allison Sherman, Andrew, Sue from Tampa Bay, Kaylin, Rhonda Willis, Penelope McGillicuddy, sorry, Jaffet, good to see you. Honey Badgers Homestead, evening. Northern Girl Hobbies, Van City, Andrew, RG71, Beretta Vandy. Who else do we got in here? Kentucky Ready? My brother's in Kentucky. My brother lives in London, Kentucky. Kentucky Ready. I don't know how close you are to London, Kentucky. And Palmer, you jump back down. I'm going to have to get going here sooner or later, right? Big Dog, what is up? I see you. I see you too. Is in the house. Kelly 61. Misha Bell from Seattle. Dana Huber. All right. I think I got everybody. Got Barbara. Marilyn, good to see you as well. I think I got everybody. Yep. Daryl, good to see you as well, man. All right. So, folks, tonight, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so. It's always appreciated, of course. What's up, Joni? Aaron Goodman. America First, Sally Hanks. People are still rolling in from Idaho. All right. So tonight's topic is basically what will 2023 look like? I wanted to jump the gun a little bit because I know people are focusing still on 2022 because we have about 7 or 8 months. What are we in? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. No, we're in April. Yeah, April, man. May, June, July, August, October, November, December. We got 8 months to go in 2022. A lot can still happen. So I wanted to, what's up, Kevin Grip? Dana, you're still under snow. Wow, in Montana. That's interesting. I figured sooner or later you guys are going to be able to get your gardens going and whatnot. Anyways, back to the 2023 thing. I looked a little bit at what experts are saying about 2023, so I wanted to touch on that because it kind of relates to some things that we could expect possibly moving into next year. And I want to jump the gun a little bit and kind of see, what some of you guys think as well, and what's to be expected moving through this year and into 2023. What's up, James Davis? We just 4 foot. Holy cow, Dana. That is a lot of snow. Angelo says it snowed here in Michigan today too. Snow's all over the place. The Joe Info, blessings to you as well. So I got a couple articles that we'll talk about. Thursday nights, you guys folks know, this is more of a subscriber thing, that people that just want to kind of hang out on Thursday evenings. It's kind of my wrap up. Sometimes I'll have a guest. Sometimes we'll talk about serious stuff. And like I said, we're going to touch on a few things here, so you're just not here wasting your hour away with Grey on the late night. But I kind of want to, relax a little bit and just enjoy chat and kind of see what you guys have to say. Let me see. I still have the Alien Invasion on my 22 card. Right on. Texas T, good to see you, and thank you for that super chat, brother. Always appreciated the extra support. Thumbs up, slackers. Thank you, Joni. I appreciate that. I feel like I got something. I was eating some avocado toast. I'm expecting you should. Yeah, Aaron, probably, man. Probably. It's looking nasty, because looking towards 2023, we're seeing stuff like, will the United States and the rest of the world be in some sort of conflict, be it war, or some sort of deeper conflict with the whole Russia-Ukraine situation? Is it going to go a little deeper? And Kevin Grip, late night Grey with my fave. I appreciate that, Kevin Grip. 14 months. Wow, Kevin, you are a true OG, brother. True OG. Johnny Finance, good to see you as well. And will the supply chain still be disrupted? Will the supply chain be worse off than it is now? Will the food crisis intensify? These are questions that us as emergency, preparedness folks, or people in the preparedness community, homesteaders, gardeners, RVers, all of us that kind of, hang out with each other, questions that we wish we could have a little bit of an insight on what to expect. Maybe we could better prepare. And if you're looking at from advice from me, I'm personally going to say, do everything you can now, and make sure you shore up any holes that you have, and just keep on doing what you're doing, because I don't expect things to get any more better than they are. More better. That's not really even more, but get even any better than they currently are. And it's probably we'll really know as the fall kind of sets in, and things start to wrap up. Now, a lot of folks are excited for the primaries, this election cycle, because they feel like the political parties are going to change, possibly in the House and Senate, or at least one or the other, which will have a little defense up there in Washington, we hope. Because some folks, talk a good game, and then they become to find out they're like either rhinos, and they're not really for the people. They're there for the money and the power, and whatever endorsements they can get from other companies like Big Tobacco and Big Pharma. What's up, Sunset? Hey, Sunset, hopefully I answered your questions. You had some very good questions. Several folks, speaking of that, I want to jump over there real quick to the gardening video that I did yesterday. I had a lot of fun doing that video, and it's one of my best gardening videos per the YouTube algorithm so far. And a lot of you folks came up with some really great, can't even speak, right? What's up, Terry? Blessings to you as well. Taylor Farms just went up in flames. Rhonda Willis says, one of the large produce packers, Taylor Farms, just went up in flames in Salinas today. Wow. Peter Rouse could be a great possibility as well. That's what I'm kind of expecting. Look what happened, during the election. How do we know things can get any better? All we can do is hope, but we'll see. K-Bird, Texas is watching. Right on. But anyways, some of you guys have some great questions in regards to some of the other stuff. And I want to make some clarification on a few things as well. Dude, what's up, D14? Christopher Alexander, I'm kind of right there with you, brother. Local elections is where I focus most of my time on, be it like the governor, my state legislators here in the state of Florida, because that affects me the most. That's what I'm, directly affects me more than anything. So I really focus on my city, my county, and then the state, those type of elections. So I kind of focus on that. A lot of people consider Florida and Texas and some other places, the free states of America. What's up, Hawkeye? Good to see you, brother. What's up, Bitter Critter? Good to see you as well. Election observers need to be body cams. Peter Ross, that's actually a pretty good idea. They need to make it more transparent for sure, 100%, with the people, and put cameras that record 24/7. You know what I mean? And that you can have some sort of Zoom capability. There's just too much crazy stuff that could possibly happen. We're supposed to be the pinnacle of democracy, And it's funny when you look at that because people are looking at us like we're insane. And what I mean by that, not looking at us as we the people, but looking at our government and who's in power. Like this, I'll be honest with you folks, this kind of shocked me. What happened in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if you guys saw that. And in Saudi Arabia, they made almost like a Saturday Night Live skit of the VP and the president, and made fun of them, basically showing the VP, whispering stuff into the president's ear, and also, holding him and helping him, around and stuff like that. Some of you folks may have seen that. It was all over social media. In order for that to happen in that country, the Saudi prince or whatever, they have to authorize that. So when I think about other countries and what they're portraying or what they're showing, how they're positioning themselves on whether they look at the U.S. government, it's a joke. So that's truly a shame that we're seeing stuff like this in other countries, that I don't think people are going to take us as serious as they should with the current powers that be. And I don't mean to get all political on you folks on a Thursday night. Kaylin says that was hilarious. We got Soros. Yeah, Chris. There's so many places that he has power. Anyways, I want to continue. Yes, I did. Wow, that I tell you something. Kathy M, it is truly embarrassing. John Kelly, hi from ND and MN or Snowland. Right on. Bill C100 passed. Yeah, D14 and Northern Girl. I try to focus on Canada as well because of a lot of the politics that's been happening in that country, being that it borders the United States. So things can transcend into the U.S. You know what I mean? They kind of, it's weird how things are, we saw a lot of stuff happen in Australia. What's up, big chap? Smiling Wolf. Yes, Smiling Wolf. That he did. You can find it, Smiling Wolf. That being said, before I go too far than I already am, I want to do a poll real quick, because this Sunday is Easter. A lot of you folks are probably aware that this Sunday is going to be Easter. What's up, Jeff? So I want to ask you guys an honest question. You guys know on Sundays, I usually do the Sunday shift report, which is current events and political views and speculation on what we see in articles. And you guys know how I run it. So my poll, I guess, that I want to run is this Sunday, should I do the Sunday shift report? So let me throw that up and let that, let you guys decide on what to do. Sorry, I can't put my approval. Let me see here. I missed that one. Sorry, I can't put my approval on anyone associated with the profit culture. Right, Chris. Farmer Son, good to see you as well. No worries. Yeah, my daughter, she's at the age now where it's not huge, other than we might you go to church, you do your things in the morning, and you have usually a nice meal, usually early in the day. So I do have time towards the end of the day, because if I don't do the Sunday shift report, I'm just probably going to be in the garden that late afternoon, tidying up some few things and putting some stuff together that I need to get done. So, but I figured I would put that out there for you because I really listen to you, the viewers, because you drive some of the content on this channel, and I just like to get your opinion on things. I hear you, Snakebite. No, you should not. If you do, I can't come. Easter is YouTube free for us. Roger that, Yarn. Relax with the family. Take the day off. I got a little joke for you guys. All right, Misha Bell, let it rip. Karen says no. Happy Easter. Bell Prepper 1970 says the PM of Canada has put taxing half-ton trucks on his agenda from 1,000 to 4,000, including ones used for construction and hauling livestock. Imagine that. Yeah. It just doesn't stop with Trudeau, right? Dragon, what's up, brother? Did you see him back to the White House? Yeah, I thought I saw that too, Dragon. Basically, they totally ignored the dude. He was walking around aimlessly. He was yanking on Obama's shoulder, and everybody was focusing on Obama. The weird thing, what I gathered from that, it said, made me think of who is truly running this country. It doesn't look like him, and some of you guys might not like what I'm about to say, but I almost feel bad for the dude. Just imagine that's your grandfather up there on stage, and the world is making fun of him, as he's being utilized as a puppet, and he just seems lost. There's always all these gaffes. Matter of fact, I saw a speech yesterday. He tried to handshake today. He tried to handshake the air. Yesterday, he was talking about the tobacco industry, and he said something about taxing prostitutes all in one sentence, which did not make any sense. So it's truly a shame that that's what we're seeing. That's who's running or supposedly running the country. Yeah, right, Misha. That's hilarious. Peter Rouse, exactly. So it's just some weird stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's just I almost feel bad for the dude in that aspect. I thought I got some sort of notification here, but all in all, it's just kind of like, you know, I just don't know what to expect moving forward. We have roughly 3 years. Is the gentleman going to last that long? Is the gentleman going to last that long? And yes, Deacon, I do agree. I can see your point of that, Deacon. So it's not like I truly feel bad. I just always imagine if my dad was the president of the United States and he was borderline senile and dementia and stuff like that, I just couldn't see him good. I would say, hey man, he needs to resign. But the thing is if that was to happen, look who takes his position. I think we'd be in even a worse situation than we are now with that crazy lady running the show. And then if she doesn't run the show, then you got Pelosi. So it's like we're destined for bad times when it comes to the political line of succession if he was to leave and whatnot. So it's just what evil do we want to deal with at that point? What's up, McBean? Good to see you as well. It's a SHTF show. Lori D, I agree 100%. Blockcom, I agree 100%, man. 100%. I guarantee you that, man. It is. It would be a true SHTF. North Cal says, anybody saw? Yeah, I saw that too, North Cal. I saw that too. It was hilarious. Not even the birds have any respect for the president of the United States. Texas T says, do the SHTF report, too much going on in the world. Well, then also Texas T, I thought that I could do it on Saturday night, late night Saturday night before I go to bed. And I may or may not be in the live stream depending on how Sunday pans out. What's up, Prepper Book Club? Good to see you. Snake bite, exactly. Complete disaster. Parade of psychos, right, JT? All right. So, Grey, you have a good heart, caring and giving sympathy to a lost soul. I appreciate that, Pony Girl. You guys, I've always thought when I'm doing YouTube is just to give you the most realist possible person who I am. And a lot of guys could probably, who's been watching me for over a year, probably have gathered that information and know that I'm pretty straight up and pretty honest about things. And, being who I am and my political views and stuff like that, I still see things in a Christian sense. You know what I mean? Feeling sorry for things and kind of praying for things and people like, hey man, I hope just things get better for this person or something gets, I don't know. It's such a dilemma. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but it's just the Christian thing to do. My humble opinion, who am I? Right, Christopher? What's up, Odessa? CCCC Clark. Good to see you from Texas. Big Chap says 51 people hit the like button. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Imagine if we could get enough, all the viewers that are watching the stream to actually hit the like button. Some people like to gauge, if they're kind of subscribed, they're watching, or they don't know what I'm going to say. So they're like, am I going to like this live stream? Or maybe I'm not going to like the live stream. So I get people want to hang out for a bit before they want to hit that thumbs up button, which I can understand that. Sometimes I'll watch content too. I'm like, whatever the video may be about and see how I feel, but I'm not really a thumbs downer. If I don't like it, I just move on. I'm not one to I just don't go around doing that. Why hit the thumbs down button? You know what I mean? Unless you're just truly, I don't know, one of those type of people that do that. I guess you're an American. You have the right to do so in that. So anyways, I appreciate that, Snake Bite. Gas here is $4.05 today, low and regular. Dana, Dana, I was thinking about that on the way home tonight. I was looking at my gas prices. It's about $3.79 here locally, so it's dropped about 50 cents. But I still have this weird feeling that we're going to still see it climb back up to the over $4 range come summertime. 139 thumbs up. Wow, we're doing good, folks. You guys are awesome. I truly appreciate you, folks. Having faith in me that I'm going to have a decent live stream. But like I said, folks, people who on Thursday nights is kind of more of a relax. We just kind of like to hang out, speak amongst each other's. It's a community thing. I truly, I talk about you folks all the time because you guys are like an extension of my family because we call this the great community. Southern Belle, good to see you. I appreciate that, Southern Belle, and that's fine. Everybody has different, religious beliefs and views and political views. I don't want to say that if you disagree with me that you can't watch me, because just because I might have talk about, a specific political view that I have on something and you don't agree doesn't mean that learning how to garden or learning about a specific product or how to store food or gear reviews you might find value in that outside of my political views and commentary on certain things that I do. So that's why I try to say my channel is a diverse channel, that there is something for everyone, no matter where on the political spectrum that you fall or religious spectrum that you fall. I do believe in freedom and our First Amendments and the Constitution. So you have the right to do what you want to do, be it, we had the freedom of religion. We had the First Amendment. The First Amendment is being trampled on by so many different platforms. It's a scary fact because the First Amendment gives our voice of democracy. And when that's silenced or censored, it's kind of like at least for me, it's like a punch in the stomach because our country was built on the premises of having the First Amendment and all the other amendments in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and so on and so forth. And to me, sometimes I always think if our forefathers were alive and seeing the way the country is right now, it would probably be almost revolution time at that point. You know what I mean? I've been watching, I watch different types of content and media. What's up, David? Good to see you as well, brother. David, you could always watch my video and tell me if I did a good job on my grow bags. I like getting feedback from expert gardeners. But no matter how you look at it, like I said, we're all Americans in that aspect. You know what I mean? So we should try to do the best to get along as best as we possibly can because, come on, folks, it's we the people. We need to be more focused on the government and what they're trying to impose and do to us as individuals of this country. And even in Canada, right? People they'll get united on certain fronts, but then divided on others when it's really the government that they should be having an issue with, not each other. And I know I'm kind of being more baseline about things today. I just wish people could communicate better without arguing or getting into some sort of, derogatory, word throwing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But speaking of that, really big chap. That's horrible to hear. Yes, agree to disagree. Thank you, Barbara. Crush the middle class. What's your guys' opinion on Elon Musk? Elon Musk's attempt to buy Twitter, and it seems like he, whenever I mention Elon Musk, there's a division there. Some people hate Elon Musk, some people love Elon Musk, and I think it's funny. I'll be 100% folks with. I think it's funny that the hardcore left folks they're bashing Elon when he's the one that started this whole really the whole green car, but the whole electric car movement. But since he's speaking about the First Amendment and giving the people talking about censorship, he's being bashed. I just think it's funny. I think he's a white hat, possibly Penelope. What's up, Dominic? Kim Hall says, I do canning and prep every day as I listen to prepper videos. That's awesome, Kim Hall. Yeah, and that's what it seems like, folks. It seems like he wants to create a place where people have the freedom to express certain views, regardless if you're on the left or you're on the right, and have a discussion about it and without censorship. Now, I understand there's certain things, there's extremism, and that can get out of hand very quick on either side. And I can see how certain things could be construed as not appropriate, right? But technically, supposedly, I don't know if this is correct or not, but don't you have to be 18 and up to be on Twitter? I think. I have no idea what to think about him, but I like that he's rattling them. Empress Kimberly, that's a good point. Very good point. Yeah, Chef Tech, it is Steel Tree. Good to see you. His watch. Let me see. I saw something here. Elon is a puppet. Also, watch what you say on his comments or videos. Interesting, Dana. And that's why I like bringing stuff up like this to see your guys' opinions on what you think of that. Dragon says he is consummate. He's a consummate businessman. So I tried to find out what's his bottom line. If so, what is he aiming for? Don't trust yet don't distrust. And Dragon, that's a good perspective to say, because what is his end game? What is his end game with purchasing a major corporation like Twitter? And what is his long-term goals for that platform if he does happen to purchase it? I'm pretty sure, I don't know how it's going to play out, but he is a very powerful person, being that he has all that money. I've researched the guy because I was curious where he got his money from, and I learned how he got his money and what he did and stuff like that. And I talked to people about him and what their opinions, because I'm very curious how the world sees him. So when people come into my place of business, I ask questions. I'm like, hey, look at this. What's on the news? What do you think about this whole Elon thing? And I like to listen to see how the general public sees him and perceives what he's doing. David says, I'm sure Elon took the ticket and is controlled. You don't really get that level without a ticket. Yeah, David, I can agree with you 100%. And agree. Yes, very entertaining. Very entertaining. What's up, Charlie? Good to see you. Smiling Wolf says, hostile takeover. I believe Elon wants data. Data is the foundation of AI. Could be a good possibility. Elon is the front guy. That's it. Right on, Sunset. Never did like Twitter. Don't care for TikTok either. Yeah, TikTok is another whole monster in itself. To me, I've come to learn there's some good people on TikTok. I found some very interesting stuff on TikTok. I'm not much of a TikToker per se. I don't really spend hours on it, but people will share things with me. And it goes to show that America's attention span is only about 2 to 3 minutes long, because that's what makes TikTok what it is these very short, quick little things. Most of the time, what I see on there is young women doing things they shouldn't be doing, and that kind of that young girl stuff. Right on, Joni. Right on. Just put up another 100 packs of seeds. That's awesome, Mitten. I guess I should. We're a half hour in, and I haven't even brushed on some of the topics that I wanted to talk about. But this is to me, this is the conversation 2023, because what if Elon was to buy Twitter? What is the end game? What would we see? And what would Twitter like? What would Twitter be like in 2023? Things like that. So it is part of the conversation of tonight's live stream. What will 2023 look like is basically an open conversation with you, the viewers, and myself on certain things that we see. But I have a couple articles that I want to share with you folks. Let me see. Alice 2K says, how can he even say what his dad should do? I can see. Yeah. Gray, do you grow indoors too? Sunset. So I have a small indoor grow. I used to grow a lot of my seedlings and small plants indoors. Before I didn't build the shade house. Before I ordered myself a shade house and do it out there, because it can be messy. So I don't have a garage. So all I have is my dining room table. And when my dining room table is covered in soil, chicken manure, and seeds and potting supplies and stuff like that, it's not always the best situation. So that's why I took a little bit of money that I had and bought the shade house and do a lot of my work out there. Now I do have a little small indoor growing system to grow sprouts, because I like to grow sprouts. There are different types of bean sprouts and things like that. And I like to cut those and put them in my eggs and stuff like that, because sprouts, believe it or not, have a lot of nutrition in them. It's sometimes people think, well, you get nutrition comes from a lot of different places, and sprouts are nutrition. That's I guess what I'm trying to say. But I like color, and what I mean by color is like when you look at blueberries, blackberries, and the flavonoids associated with that. You look at tomatoes, the lycopene, I think is what it's called in the tomatoes, purple yams, regular yams, sweet potatoes, the greens, your spinach, your kale and stuff like that. So I like to have a lot of color because that color means something, which means nutrition. It almost translates into nutrition in general. So when I look at what I'm consuming on a daily basis, I try to add a lot of color with my fruits and my vegetables and stuff like that, because they all have some sort of beneficial property to them. And having a diverse diet is probably a lot more healthier than focusing on one thing, at least for myself. Pony Girl says that you have that going on your kitchen table. Been there, Pony Girl. Trust me, I know how it is. Growing system running with veggies and herbs, microgreens, and do sprouts too. Right on, Mitten. Please say hi to Pantry Only Recipes. Hello, Vera. Good to see you, Vera, as always. I don't know if you're watching live, Vera. If not, you'll probably catch us on the replay. So hello from Grey and the Grey community, Vera. Sunset, it's sprouts. I guess there's a differentiation between sprouts and microgreens. I should be able to answer that better. Plus, you eat with your eyes first. Right on, Big Chap. But it's the sprouts. I sprout things, all different types of different things. I've been exploring with it because sometimes I feel like if I can try to get a better flavor out of it, it's more of an experimentation thing with me. Something that I just started recently with the little, remember a while back, I gave away this little, I can't think of the system, but it's kind of like a little mini hydroponic system with the LED lights and stuff like that. But I personally like bean sprouts. What's up, Trudy? Good to see you. Three Dogs and Paul, good to see you as well. No problem, brother. Better late than never. What's up, Mennonite? I appreciate all you guys being here on the late night show. I guess I should show you a couple things I wanted to share with you folks in regards to this topic. I'm just carried away because I'm truly enjoying the conversation that we're having. I like this open dialogue that we can have here on the chat. And Kaylin, right on, sprouts on the sandwich. I do that too. Christopher says, I make a lot of tea. Yeah, my day is split up between water, tea, and coffee. That's my consumption. I don't really drink soda. I don't drink milk. I know a lot of people, there's so much things that inside milk that I don't like, you know what I mean? And so I try to find things that are more, and I still drink dairy products, so I can't say I'm not totally outside of the box of milk. I use heavy cream for my coffee because it has the healthy fats in it and whatnot, versus, or sometimes I'll just drink it black. I like spearmint tea, green teas, elderberry teas, all different types of teas. Teas are awesome because there's such a variety of teas, and usually most of the teas that I drink are herbal teas. I don't really drink like your standard black teas. I tried Earl Grey a couple times, because I watched a lot of Star Trek and I saw Jean-Luc Picard drinking Earl Grey. So I was like, well, I need to try Earl Grey because if the captain of a starship can drink Earl Grey, it must be something special. But it wasn't nothing special for me. What's up, Muzzle? Good to see you. Exactly, Dominic. And that's just part of it. There's so much stuff in there. Dandelion root is good, Christopher. And you know what's funny? I did a dandelion video a long time ago when I first started the channel. And I forget, it may only have like 1,000 views on it because it was early on in my YouTube generation. And it was a really good video, I thought. I wish you could take a video and then relaunch it on YouTube, but they consider that it breaks YouTube terms of service or something like that. You can get they can get mad at you for trying to reuse the same video over again. But with the audience that I have now, I just think it was a really good video. Check out the likes, almost matches the viewers. Oh, wow. Guys, thank you. Thank you for that. We have 169 viewers and 165 thumbs up. That is very awesome. Truly appreciate that. Picard is my guy. Right on, Southern Belle. G-Mac in the house. What's up? Just jumped on and hope all is well. Everything's going pretty good, G-Mac, and thank you for being here. Even if you're just jumping on to say hello. I love Earl Grey, Bigelow tea. Hawkeye, I do use the Bigelow brand. I appreciate that. I can't even read that D14. Ragnarok is upon us. Straight up black coffee for me. Snakebite, I enjoy my black coffee because Cafe Bustelo, which is the Cuban coffee that I drink. You guys have probably heard Frontier Preppers. You probably heard Rudy all talk about Cafe Bustelo. It's a Cuban coffee, an espresso blend. I've been drinking it since I was 2 years old. People are like, what do you mean you've been drinking that coffee for 2 years old? I've just been drinking it for that long because that's the way I was raised. I had literally Cuban coffee in my bottle when I was a young lad. So it's just something I can drink. I'm drinking the coffee. It doesn't affect me like it should, as it would others per se. That's awesome, Raka. All right, folks. Well, now we have more likes than people watching. That's crazy. That's pretty awesome, though. Thank you. So let me before I keep on rambling on, Christopher, that would be. I appreciate that. Karen, I don't know why that's not popping up, but let me see what that is. I don't know. Interesting. I can't handle caffeine. Mennonite, as you get older, some people do get have issues with caffeine. It'll make you jittery. It makes your heart palpitations and stuff like that. I guess my body is just so used to it. And caffeine in certain amount of doses is actually beneficial to people. So if you can't, you can also use a decaf version because you can still get the benefits of coffee through decaf coffee. And if you can, there's people like, decaffeinated beans go through this process. But everything I've researched in the papers that I've read say that it's still beneficial to drink that type of coffee as well. Just imagine if we just didn't have coffee in general. No matter what you drink, half calf now. Kaylin, I've seen that too. Speak more Spanish to us, woman sounding also right, Southern Belle. If I spoke Spanish, people wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. No to decaffeinated. Ick. Big. Oh, Sherry. You're going to have to visit Newfoundland. I'll take you out on the land. We can sample many natural teas like chaga, spruce tips, Labrador tea, and mullein. And Ghost Wolf, Charlie, I would love to try chaga. I probably will never see chaga unless somebody either sends it to me or something happens that I'm up in the northern regions because chaga is just not around here. Yeah, Bell Prepper down here is in the southern region. Sweet tea is sweet tea. I remember when I lived in Michigan and they said, here's some sweet tea. I was like, this is not sweet tea. Growing up in Florida in the southern states, I was like, yeah, this is not sweet tea. You got to add about another pound of sugar to that. Yeah, Milo, I agree. I would understand, Gray. Oh, that's awesome. I can use what they used to teach me in school when I used to say a word when we come into Spanish class in school, they would say bienvenidos a todo. Basically, that means welcome all. Charlie says, I'll see if I can send you some. That would be awesome, Charlie. I heard chaga is just really beneficial. I heard so much great things from Market Rolling Homestead and other folks have talked about chaga. I think Northern Girl has talked about chaga as well. Carol Dotson, I appreciate that. Sassafras tea. My grandmother loved sassafras. Super immune booster. Exactly, Christopher. Great stuff. I've even seen some research how it people use it for cancer treatment as well. Kit Carlson, hey, better late than never, brother. I haven't even gotten to be able to really go into I have a couple articles hanging in the wind because we just been talking. We just got into a conversation here. I was told by my heart doctor decaf only, so I met him halfway, half decaf, right on South Florida. What's up, Chief? Johnny Finance says, I got some local honey to start adding to my tea to battle the allergies, but have been told I should have started the honey before the season started. True or false? It's beneficial because then you can start building that. So when you first start using local honey to fight off allergies and stuff like that, it starts to build in your system. So by taking it every day, it's building, your body's starting to get used to all that pollen and stuff in your area that usually sets off your allergies. Me personally, I don't think it's an issue you starting it now, depending on how long your allergy season is, or if you're a seasonal, you have seasonal allergies, or if you just have allergies in general. Here in Florida, there's always pollen, there's always stuff in the air. Excuse me. So I don't see a problem with you doing it. At least you're starting it and starting to build your body. If not, if it worst case scenario and it doesn't prevent things from getting better this year, you'll be set by next year for 100%. Licorice, yeah. You know, and some people have that, they don't like that black licorice taste. Red October. Greeting. I like the name Red October too. Dragon is in chat and he's on Discord. All right. So let me just show you. I want to show you guys something before we keep on moving on. Let me bring this. I wanted to show you a couple things. We're always talking about food and shortages, right? And I wanted to share an article with you guys real quick because they had said back in 2017, they were doing predictions on when the world would run out of food, right? And it's kind of funny because then they changed their stance on it and reduced that about several decades. So a lot of people have argued now that the world may run out of food by 2027. And basically not run out of food, but not enough food to feed the population. Let me bring this up real quick, and then we can get back to chatting it up. Let me share my screen with you folks, because this is a prediction of 2023 and going forward. So it says the world may, this was done in September 1st of 2017. It says the world may run out of food in a decade. So back in 2017, they were expecting in 10 years that the world may run out of food, basically due to the population. And so that's 2027. And it's really interesting how I looked at this. It says previously, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization had predicted the world's population will reach 9.1 billion by the year 2050. And the world needs to produce 70% of more food to feed all these extra people. But at a TED Global event in Tanzania, Menaker said, if you look at the nutritional value of current food production instead of global food security, it's more tenuous than originally thought. According to courts, Menaker believes the year 2023 will be a crossover point when we will no longer be able to produce enough food to feed the growing population. She has estimated that by 2027, there could be 214 trillion calorie deficit, which is equivalent to 379 billion Big Macs. I thought that was kind of funny that they were using Big Macs before that. Let me switch my chat so I can still see what you guys are talking about. So that was one of the articles I wanted to share with you folks. Another one, this was quite interesting, is China and Russia. If we don't want to look at the headline here, it says China and Russia seek space weapons to target critical U.S. capabilities, the Pentagon reported. Now, this was dated April 13th. So think about this. A lot of you folks may remember who Ronald Reagan is. And if you guys remember this, the whole Star Wars program and stuff like that. So he was ahead of his time. And then, matter of fact, if you look at number 45, he talked about, having a space defense system, the whole Space Force thing. Now, it's funny because moving towards the future, this has our people that are in power that control, like, the defense systems and stuff, has them worried. So let me go over this article real quick. It says China and Russia are developing weapons capable of attacking U.S. satellites, according to a new report by the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA. The report also found a massive increase in Chinese and Russian space assets over the past several years. Space is being increasingly militarized. Some nations have developed and tested and deployed various satellites and some counter space weapons. The report, titled 2022 Challenges in Security in Space, found that the combined in-orbit space fleet of China and Russia grew by more than 70% in the period from 2019 to 2021. So over 3 years, China and Russia have increased by 70% in the space race per se. That's what I like to call it, the space race. Anyways, it says, as more nations and more services depend on space-based capabilities, especially in critical social and economic sectors such as medical, disaster response, weather forecasting, financial transactions, the loss of degradation of those capabilities will increasingly disrupt daily life. Another point, what I wanted to see is command of space is considered vital to winning a modern war between major powers, the report says, because innumerable systems from GPS to missile warning technologies rely on satellites to effectively operate. So that being said, let me switch back over here so I can see you guys. That being said, it's a scary fact that the Chinese and Russian have this big advantage, because let's say they get froggy and they decide to all of a sudden take out as much of the US based satellites as they can, right? Because we're behind this game. If if the Department of Defense and some of the other people in that of that magnitude are worried about the situation, just imagine what we don't know. So I thought that was quite intriguing to say that, what is Russia and China doing? What are their long-term goals moving forward? Like I said, we have 8 months of 2022. And in 3 years, they've grown by 70% in militarizing satellites and things of that nature. I know I say that a lot. My apologies. Right now, according to Rudy at Alaska, our winter wheat crop is not good. On the top of Russia and Ukraine, most likely being in noon, it's about 45 to 60 days. We'll have a big problem. I'll be watching that, but I'm prepped. I to tell you folks, I'm a lot more prepped than I lead on to be. I've been hearing a bunch about the water. Dana, I watched it on Rumble. I digested the information, and then I take further and I start doing research, because it was quite intriguing. I think it has over 1 million views on there. So before I give into 100%, like, this is what's said and this is what's factual, no matter how you look at that situation, something funny happened in the last couple of years with, I'm trying to watch my words here because you got to be very careful, unfortunately, that the CV, the Charlie Victor, something is really off with it. I guarantee you that. Just too many inconsistencies. All my friends that are in the medical field and the people I know, it's just a lot of weird stuff with that. So I can give some credit where credit's due, and it's quite intriguing to say the least. But I don't know. I don't want to dive and say that's 100% factual. Now, some of you folks may differ in your opinion. That's cool. I just like to take it a bit further and do more studies. I'm a really nerd for research. Hey, sweetie, good to see you. Bell Prepper, thank you. I appreciate that. Where was I? So we talked about different scenarios that can plunge the United States, America, into a third world country or into a chaotic situation, and China and Russia having dominance in space and having the capabilities to do something up there by taking out our satellites, which we depend on for all these different types of infrastructure, including missile defense and whatnot. To me, that's a critical situation. Because if you look at some of the situation in the Ukraine, and as they call China, the silent partner. Thank you, big chap. I appreciate that. One liberty, one freedom. That's very interesting. I'll have to dive into that. Where was I going with that? So I like to stay aware of information like this, because we always talk about SHTF. Well, that would really be almost an EMP-like situation, because so many things depend on GPS. Think about airplanes these days. Things have become so modernized that airplanes, other than doing a couple things, they can pretty much fly themselves and almost land and stuff like that by themselves on an autopilot system, on a computer-based system, depending on GPS and other forms of technology. And just imagine, we have thousands and thousands of planes in the air at one time. And if something was to happen in a massive succession where Russia and China, let's say, got together and launched some sort of offensive on our satellites, how would that affect those planes? How would that affect daily life in general? And evidently, it's a big enough situation that our defense departments are very concerned about that situation. And also, like I said, I wanted to bring up the food thing, because a lot of people look at us preppers as crazy because we're talking about food shortages and supply chain issues and stuff like that, which if you haven't learned that this is a big critical situation by this point, I don't know what else to tell you. But they were talking about it back in 2017, giving an estimated date by 2027, between 2023 and 2027, that there's going to be a big disruption in food. And like Rudy said, and Chief and some of the other folks, I do believe here at a certain point, we're going to start seeing the situation get worse. We talked about that on, was it Tuesday night? I showed all the pictures of all the pictures that you guys sent me of all the empty shelves in your neighborhoods. So if people aren't seeing that right now, they will. And we've also talked about big cities and stuff like that. There's a lot of differences depending on where you live and what you're seeing. You see, not the plan itself, but wow, Dana, that is pretty pricey, $500. And some folks can't afford that. Some folks are such on a fixed income that $500 for groceries will literally obliterate their finances, especially single family income homes, people that are on Social Security and stuff like that. Like my father, he's on Social Security. That's if he didn't own his own house, he would be in a really bad situation because of the cost of food and whatnot. I forget what he gets. I don't know, maybe $1,500 a month. I don't even know how he does it, to be honest with you. D14 says, after watching the doc, I went for a walk and picked up a pack after the first smoke, and I just extremely relaxed, and the nose was clear and freely. Now I can breathe at the max. Right on, D14. Flyover State, truly appreciate you. Welcome to the Grey family. I truly appreciate the additional support. Stack it, grow it, learn it. Bitter Critter, I couldn't even said it better. Couldn't said it better, my friend. To me, I that's where I'm really focusing hard on the gardening. I'm going to be doing a couple videos this week. And the reason I'm doing these videos, it's viewer based. People that have asked me questions about gardening and some other stuff. And I said, you know what, that would make a good video. And I think other people can learn from that video, because gardening is one piece of this puzzle, because you have your vegetables, fruits, herbs, and spices and stuff like that. But we also need to focus on stuff like protein. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to go out and hunt. And I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, so I'm going to be a little redundant. But if we look at history in the Great Depression, when people think about hunting, a lot of other people, if there's a shortage of food, will be doing the same thing. Everybody will be dwindling the population of food. Deer, squirrel, rabbits, whatever you can think of. People will even probably reduce themselves to even consuming rats and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because that's how it goes. Big Chap, truly appreciate the support. Welcome to the Grey family, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see. Texas T, thank you for the super chat. I like your t-shirt. Tell us about it. This t-shirt? You don't know who this t-shirt is, Texas T? This is Bear Independent, brother. Bear Independent. I like to support Bear because the things that Bear does for communities when they get devastated by tornadoes, what Bear does for human trafficking and stuff like that. I'm very supportive of that. And a lot of people look at Bear and they may not grasp his personality or whatnot like that, but you got to look at the man behind that and what he does and what his organization does. So I like to support Bear Independent. Does rabbit really taste like chicken? So Kaylin, it depends. For me, rabbit, it's like more like the dark meat of chicken, but it depends on who killed it, how they processed it, and how they prepared it, because then it can get a little gamey sometimes. Just like squirrel. I've had squirrel stew, and really it didn't taste much more than different than chicken. Everybody relates to things to chicken. There's other things that really don't taste like chicken. I can tell you that. I like rabbit better than chicken. Lori D, rabbit is definitely healthy, and growing rabbits and using for meat is another benefit. Right on, Flyover State. That's awesome. Yes, Alice, he does do great scripture vids. I've talked to him about things like that. Bear is good stuff. Agreed. It's white meat. Mennonite farmers. Oh, you talk about rabbit? To me, it looks dark, okay? If it's not chicken breast, everything else is dark meat to me. Not ready to eat fur babies, right? Elaine Brock, yeah, that would be here. The best way to figure that out, Elaine, is if anybody ever has rabbit meat, I would I guess touch it on, depending on how allergic you are. So don't take my advice without talking to a doctor or someone that's that can give you better information. But there's ways to test your allergic reaction. You can put like things on your lips, things on your wrist, and see if your body reacts to it before consuming something like that, because it could be just the fur and what's inside the fur. Like, I don't know if you heard of pet dander. Some people are allergic to that, and all different types of things. There's more to it. So you might not be allergic to the meat as you are allergic to the fur, but I would definitely confer and someone who has a little bit more knowledge in that than I do. Joni Friel says 2022 is a walk in the park compared to what's coming. You know, Joni, and I agree. And it's funny that you say that because when 2021 hit, March of 2021, and they got into March of 2022, everybody's like, wow, or January 2022, everybody's like, finally, we're here. And nothing got better. It just got worse. It's a continuation of what's been happening over the last several years. And it goes from one crisis to the next. We have not had some sort of breather to take a step back and be like, okay, things are kind of chilled out. It just keeps on escalating. Christopher says, cook it over a campfire. Roger that. Kit Carlson says, it's the gator's fat that holds the swamp rancid taste. Or no, who said that? Dragon said that. Sorry. Flyover State, I do like it breaded as well. Let me see. Rena says, I'd be in a bind if I didn't live with my son and granddaughter. I helped him prep food, so now he helps me out. Beneficiary to both of us. Granddaughter is 8, and I've been here for 8 years. That's what some people have to do. Some people, yeah, right, JT. I didn't even see that. Sometimes I look up and I get into I get confused with what I'm reading. Where was I even talking about? I got lost. Get sucked into chat again. Yeah, I agree, Annie. 2024, when the next eclipse comes over the USA, makes Dana, I think that happens in April, and that will be the last eclipse for 50 some years, I think. So if you I'm really curious how that's going to be. I'm looking forward to it and not looking forward to it, because you know how things kind of correspond with eclipses. Christopher, you got to try gator, but if you're going to try gator, you don't buy store-bought gator. Don't go to a restaurant. If you can find some good old boys and have it fresh, that is the best way to have gator. Honestly, that's just, to me, it's the absolute best way to eat gator is fresh. Now, some restaurants do a good job. They get it locally, and they, on a daily or a weekly basis, and it's not too bad. But the fresher, the better it is. I think it will be cold 2024 wood stove. Right on, Barbara. 200 likes. Let's go. Yeah, 201 likes, big chap. We're doing good this evening. I got a few minutes left. Milo says, I expect Planet of the Apes in 2023. Who knows, man? I was looking at the whole New York subway system thing, and when they caught the guy from the New York subway spree, and then I saw another thing pop up in Seattle. Was it Seattle? No, it wasn't Seattle. Somewhere in California, Sacramento. There was another mass shooting. I think 6 dead and 12 injured. And I was like, wow. I said, this happened in New York and this happened in California. Some of the 2 states with the most strictest gun laws, and they're dealing with some of this stuff. And I was just like, ain't it ironic? Ain't it ironic? I know I'm just kind of went off on a tangent on some other topic, but I grew up eating squirrel, never thought anything about it. Poor country living, I agree. I grew up eating a lot of different foods that you just don't think about it because that's the way you're raised. When I tell people like squirrel tastes good or rabbit, some people haven't even ate raccoon. Raccoon is an interesting taste, but I enjoyed it. I'm always willing to try anything, at least once. Let me see. Full of Hope says, report 40% increase in men of working age, yet no outcry. Roger that, Full of Hope. Yeah, Lori D, I saw that. Pantry-only recipes, yeah. I agree, especially if you're in places like Texas and Florida and Missouri and other places like that where we have the capability to fire back. I'll keep an eye on that one, Liberty. Let me see here. Squirrels eat clean, so it's clean meat to eat. Right on, Dominic. Yeah, there's a lot of great small game that you can consume and look at the way their eating habits are. Some people say, I would never eat a tree rat. They're the most disgusting critter on the earth and stuff like that. There's a lot worse stuff out there. Come on, folks. Look at the difference in a squirrel's diet and an actual rat's diet. You know what I mean? And this is just my opinion. Again, we can agree to disagree. Barbara, can you eat poison snakes? So so when it comes to snakes, the venom, you got to look where the venom is. The venom is in the head of the snakes. Most of them. There's some snakes I would stay clear of, at least from my personal perspective. But if you ever looked at, if you ever did the research, you cut off the head. I go a little further than the head. I've had snake before. Even had what do we have? We had rattlesnake before. So, and rattlesnake is poisonous, diamondbacks and whatnot. So you can consume a poisonous snake. If the poison is in the venom, which is in the venom sacs, usually in the head behind where the thing is. But some snakes differ in their structure. Not all. I'm not saying the majority of them are like that. But there's probably some people in chat that are a little bit more well versed in that. I've never gone snake hunting myself, and I've only ate snake that's been prepared for me. But they would say, hey, South Florida, I agree. Governor DeSantis is phenomenal. But when it comes to, I've never went snake hunting myself, but people were like, hey man, you want some diamondback? I'm like, hell yeah. Why not, man? Let's see what it tastes like. You know what I mean? I've tried various different types of snakes. Beretta Vandy says, don't eat squirrel that lives around a lot of pine trees. They taste like turpentine. That makes sense, Beretta. Depends on where you are. Pure blood. It's also differs among politicians. Sparrows are good. Takes slingshots. Skin them like taking off. Yeah, Smiling Wolf, you're exactly right. Squirrels are so easy to clean. Once you learn it a couple of times, it's like second nature, and you can have a squirrel cleaned and gutted and ready for stew or whatnot within just less than a few minutes. I'll eat it all except coconut. You know, my pure blood, my daughter hates coconuts too. I was like, we live in Florida. If you were dehydrated, that coconut water would be a godsend. They have snake hunts in Oklahoma. That's pretty cool. Annie says, I think of it like this. A chicken will eat anything, and I mean anything. Do you eat eggs? Good point, Annie. Absolutely good point. Bitter Critter says, I processed copperhead last year in the freezer. See, we don't eat snake. We don't snake hunt. Roger that, Northern Girl. Texas rattlesnake around the Capitol. My grandfather took me finch hunting and then came home threw them and on the charcoal. Finches are pretty tiny. I don't know how. It seems like there'd be a little bit of meat on there. Pinch runner. That's hilarious. Oh man. Anyways, folks, we've been rambling on for a while. And I had great time talking to you guys. And let's what is this? So the poll, let me end the poll. It says 71% say yes and 29% say no. So I'll play it out. We had 220 votes. 71% want me to do a Sunday shift report and 28% no. So I will figure something out. Maybe I'll do it Saturday night and let it play out Sunday afternoon. I may or may not be there, but we'll see. I'll try to put something together regardless, and we'll see how it goes. I don't like to disappoint my viewers. What does bear meat taste like? Carol Dotson, that's one thing I can't say. I've never had bear meat. I would love to try some, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure there's folks in chat that have probably tried bear meat. You too, Deacon. Sunset has to eat pasture raised. Sunset, I have my own egg lady. Until I get my own chickens and have property to have chickens, I have my own egg lady that has a farm. So I don't buy store-bought eggs anymore. So, and it saves me a ton of cash. She is really good to me. I think she only charges me $3 a dozen from her chickens. She has a big open field of chickens. The chickens kind of do whatever they want, eat whatever they want. Great eggs. I love them. I'm a huge egg guy. Excuse me. Elaine says bear is greasy and stringy. It's greasy and really gamey. That's the only thing I didn't like about eating duck. Duck was very greasy. But in a situation where if I'm trying to survive, I'll probably eat anything, just about. Moose and bear from up in Michigan. I would like to have some moose too. That would be awesome. Bear tastes like crap. Texas T says bear tastes like crap. People raise and eat guinea pigs. I've heard of that too, Big Chap. I've never had guinea pigs. Sunset says, why can't Gray take a day off? It's a holiday. I understand, Sunset. We'll see how it goes, man. Like I said, I might just pre-record it and let it run. Maybe I'll do it Friday night, Saturday night, who knows? And like I said, I just may not be in chat. And for the folks who want to watch it, they can watch it and chat amongst themselves. Because there's folks out there that are, by themselves that don't get a chance to celebrate with others. And it brings them to a place where they can kind of hang out and chat amongst each other for a short bit of time, even though that they're watching a video. But, there's some people out there that just need company on days like on holidays because they're all by themselves. Maybe their husband or their wives have passed away, things like that. So I can understand. I can understand a bit. Hawkeye says elk is the best. I've had plenty of venison in my time. I don't know if I've had elk. I don't think I've had elk. Marilyn, thank you, and happy Easter to you as well. Buffalo, Sue, I have had buffalo. Buffalo meat is phenomenal. Love buffalo meat. Great stuff. Great stuff. That's awesome, Rena. All right, folks, I do want to kind of wrap this up. Because if not, we'll just keep on talking for hours. And Lady Grey should be like, I thought you said you're going to only do an hour. But first of all, like I said, thank you all for being here. Appreciate all the thumbs up. Appreciate the love, folks. If I don't see you on Sunday, happy Easter to everyone. Spend time with your family, your loved ones. Give them, go to church, do your thing, have a great time. Be safe out there, and just enjoy the day, folks. Enjoy the day. And just enjoy the family that you're sharing with, enjoy the meal, whatever that you do on this holiday day on Sunday. And thank you. Thank you again for being here. Truly appreciate your support. Mods, you guys rock. You guys know you're awesome. Truly appreciate you guys as well. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to say God bless to everyone and happy Easter. This is GreyMan. I'm out. I'll see you guys in a rebound.